All right, so Lauren Boebert is involved in an election, and she's in a debate here, and we got a glorious moment. So you all know the thing that she probably is most famous for is jacking a dude off at the theater as they were supposed to be watching Beetlejuice. We got some security footage that came out. There's a little bit of kissy-kissy, a little bit of hanky-panky, a little bit of jacky-jacky, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, so that was kind of embarrassing. And then apparently she was an asshole to the theater workers also. And in this debate, this comes up. And man, does she crumble under the pressure. Let's watch.
That was about the softest reference that he could have made, but do you want to talk about the theater thing?
Sure. So, Kyle, I certainly have owned up to my night out in Denver. And, I've gone on that public apology tour, and I'm grateful for the mercy and grace that has been shown. But I'm not going to continue to live life in shame and be beat up by this.
Imagine for a second it was a Democratic congresswoman who was caught doing this. Would they react like this? Would they react like this? They're like, oh, let her live. She owned up to them. What's the problem? My guess is they would be running ads calling them whores, right? Giving them the scarlet letter. Oh my God. But when it's them, bro, who hasn't jacked somebody off in the movie theater? Know what I'm saying?
I would like to go back to my legislative record for just a second.
We're not going to do that. You had plenty of time to answer the question. You chose not to. That's fine. I just want to make sure. And you have apologized for the theater incident.
I certainly have.
And I just want to make sure. Did you apologize for the behavior that went on with you and your date or the vaping, or did you apologize? Or pardon me. Or did you apologize for lying to voters about what you did that night and the disrespect that you showed to service workers that night? What specifically were you apologizing for?
I don't believe.
I like this guy. By the way, his name is Kyle Clark. Kyle Solidarity, man. Kyle Solidarity. See, we're not all bad. Did you guys see that story about, I don't even know how many it was. It was thousands of Kyles that gathered in the desert for a meeting of all the guys named Kyle. They tried to break the Guinness Book of World Records. It's such a weird thing to try to break. Do they do that for every name? Is there a gathering of Steves? Anyway, I wasn't there, and I'm sure this guy wasn't either. But Kyle Solidarity here. What a great question. It's hold on. Are you apologizing for jacking the dude off? Are you apologizing for vaping? Are you apologizing for being an asshole to the service workers? Or are you apologizing for brazenly lying to your voters and to the country? Because remember, I think she acted, nothing happened. What do you, oh, you have it on video? Oh, fuck. It would be awesome to get a real answer out of her for this. It would be awesome to get a real answer. Because okay, ready for the real answer? I'm apologizing for lying about it, and I'm apologizing for being an asshole to the theater workers. That's what you apologize for. Because the vaping and the hanky-panky, I'm going to have to go ahead and let that slide, dog. Look, game recognized game, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to let that slide. In fact, I'm going to go a step further. If somebody catches you doing a little something in some place, you might have just got more respect from me, bro. Maybe. I'm just saying.
The disrespect that you showed to service workers that night, what specifically were you apologizing for?
I don't believe there was disrespect. There were things that were absolutely taken out of context.
There's video of your interactions with service workers. I'm asking, are you apologizing for the lying to voters?
That I flipped someone off and I did not. So, I mean, I think it's been very mischaracterized. I'm apologizing for you, Kyle Clark, getting footage and releasing that.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. God, I hate her.
And people seeing this in a very private moment.
Certainly.
It's definitionally not private if you're in public, right? It would be gangster if she defended it on the merits. Hey, who hasn't gotten a little freaky in a movie theater from time to time, right? That would be gangster, but she's not doing that. This was private. It's between me and the guy I was with and these 712 people in that place, including the children. Oh, come on, bro. Come on, dog. By the way, that's the real problem, just to be clear. If you're going to do a little hanky-panky in a public place, make sure it's a dark and lonely theater at 11:38 at night, and there's only 7 people in a theater that's built for 500 people. That's when you do it. That's when you do it. And also be fucking quiet, all right? Have some respect.
In a very private moment.
Certainly. It was very important to figure out whether you were telling the truth
you just had an
or whether a
interview
public
recently with
agency was
CityCast
lying about your conduct.
You just
Either
had
way was
an
very
interview with
important
CityCast Denver, and you were saying how disgusting it is to record someone without their knowledge.
Let's talk about the use of earmarks in Congress.
Very same thing.
Oh, that so did not land. That so did not. She tried to come up. Oh, God. She has no idea what she's doing. Oh, I hate it when politicians are this dumb. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a radical suggestion here. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. That's all. Yeah, I got freaky deaky with somebody in the theater. It is what it is. I'm not the proudest of it, but it happens. You know, what are you going to do? But I really want to apologize for lying to everybody, because I shouldn't. I should have just owned up to it immediately. I should have just owned up to it. You know, it's whatever. I could have and should have just owned up to it. And also, I was a prick to those theater workers. And see, but that's the thing. If you're somebody who's an asshole to the service workers, you're probably just too far gone anyway, right? Like, nobody I know who's a decent person is really ever an asshole to people who are just working their job, doing what they're supposed to do. You know, that really says something about your character. You could definitely tell somebody, and this is good pro tip advice to any of you guys or girls who are going on a date for the first time or something. Take note of how they treat the workers, wherever you go. If you go to a restaurant, see how they treat the waiter or waitress. If you go, whatever, any sort of nothing little interactions. Hey, what aisle can I find this thing in? You gotta see how they interact in those situations. Because if they're an asshole, that really says something about their character. It's like how you treat the people who really you don't know. You're not going to develop some sort of a long-term relationship with them. Can you show those people warmth, attention, respect, be kind? That says a lot. And with Lauren Boebert, she couldn't fucking do it, right? So funny enough, again, I'm going to reiterate my original point here. My biggest problem is not the hanky-panky. It's not. My biggest problem is not the vaping, obviously. It's not. My biggest problem is being an asshole to the workers and lying about what you did. Because would it really have been at the end of the world if you were like, yeah, I did that? You could have flipped it. You could have flipped it on some gangster shit and been like, yes, I did it. And many of you have too. And is it great? No. But do I really feel that bad about it? Also, no. Right? Like, you could do that. You couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. So anyway, she might be in trouble. She barely squeaked by in her last election. Now, she might be donezo. She might actually be donezo. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.